if you're going to put Jason Bateman and Melissa McCarthy together in the same film, I'm going to watch it. I personally really enjoyed Identity Thief, the 2013 film. I don't believe I watched it in 2013, but it would have been not long after. And I actually think that this is one of my favourite Melissa McCarthy films. That's not to say it's not without its faults. It doesn't at times feel realistic. The characters' actions don't feel realistic for the situations. But for the most part, it's good fun and it's funny, and that's all I want from a comedy. So, as I said, this is starring Jason Bateman and Melissa McCarthy. It is directed by Seth Gordon, written by Craig Mazin. And Jason Bateman plays a character called Sandy. And McCarthy's character is called Diana, but she's going by the name of Sandy. She has stolen the other Sandy's identity. And Jason Bateman, Sandy, I'm going to refer to them by their actors' names to avoid confusion. Bateman tries to track down what has happened to his identity with his credit cards and things, and he comes across Sandy. And obviously he doesn't say straight away, I know what you're doing. So there's a little bit of detective work, and it's very funny. And I have to say that it actually very much reminded me of the episode of Friends, when Monica becomes Monana, because the other Monica is stealing her identity. But it's obviously done on a much grander scale. It's an hour and 40 minutes, nearly 2 hours, actually. And I do think that it is hilarious. As I said, there are certain times when it just doesn't feel like the characters are responding in a way that one would expect. And there's a little bit of a road trip going on here because Sandy, the real Sandy, is traveling from his hometown to Florida. And I don't really like road trip films. It's not really a road trip film, but I just always find anything set within a car is really limited. The dialogue's usually really stilted. It's not that good. But those scenes in this film are not bad. I have nothing against those. I'm just glad that wasn't the entire film. So I don't really understand why people don't like this film. Certainly, I can understand if people don't think it's the best film ever. As I said, there are times when the actions just don't feel real. And that kind of makes you think, well, really, they're just doing this for cheap laughs because that's not how it would happen. But at the same time, for the most part, it's good fun, it's very funny, it's entertaining, it's Melissa McCarthy and Jason Bateman. That's a bit of a dream team, and I really love watching them together on screen. And I would watch this film again, and again, probably, because I think it's really good fun. So if you haven't seen Identity Thief, definitely watch it. I'm going to assume that if you're a McCarthy fan like I am, you will have already seen it, and I'd be very keen to know how you feel it ranks with her other films. I don't think it's her best, but I'd say it's still pretty high up there. I did thoroughly enjoy this film. So if you have seen it, I would love to know what you think of it. As I said, the narrative, the plot was interesting, but sometimes unrealistic. But the actors' performances as Sandy and Sandy were brilliant, and I thought it worked so well. They worked so well together. I thoroughly enjoyed watching Bateman and McCarthy on screen together. If you get to see the film, honestly, I hope you do too.